Well, hey, this is Paul Romero with SellAHouseArizona.com here at the Wholesale Training number 2. And on the call with me is John Leister, my business partner. Oh, wait a minute. John was on the call. Now he's gone. Uh,
I'm
oh,
gone, Paul.
oh, no. Okay, your voice is there, but I have no face or anything on screen with you. It's just your voice.
Oh, well, we'll have to make do, I suppose.
Yeah, good enough. So anyway, I wanted to touch today, being this is our kind of second in a series of unlimited amount. We're going to take this on for eternity here, bringing you guys great information on being a real estate wholesaler, what it takes, what you need to do, and who you need to be, and all of the tips, tricks, and secret tactics that we use that are working today that probably didn't work out of the the program that you bought because they skipped around and gave you all the fat and none of the meat. So with that, basically, I mean, I want to just kind of point out that not just in real estate wholesaling, but really in any business whatsoever, it's all about sales. In real estate wholesaling, obviously that means closing deals, getting and closing deals, or regular business is selling a product or service, and but it's all about sales and generating revenue. Because if you're not generating revenue, you have nothing. Would you agree, John?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how long can a business last if they're not making sales? I mean, that's the cornerstone to any business. I mean, there's other parts to a business, of course, but sales is where the rubber meets the road. It's the most necessary thing to keep you in business.
Exactly. And in wholesaling, it's just like any other business. You have to put out uh, materials and marketing, et cetera, and so on. You have to generate leads. In any business, you've got to generate leads. If people aren't coming to you, if people don't know what your product is or your service is, and they don't know how to find you, you're not going to have any business, and you're not going to make any sales. So you have the front end. You have to get the leads coming in, and then of course, once you've got the leads coming in, then you have to deliver value. What you're offering has to be what the people want, what the marketplace wants. So if so your first step is bringing them in. Your second step is providing them with something that a value, so a service, a product, or whatever it is that the marketplace is after. So that's step one and step two of getting yourself towards sales. Anything you'd like to throw in on that, John?
Uh, y- yeah. Basically, I'm sorry. Can you hear me, Paul?
Yeah, and your phone just picked up. I see you in your bedroom.
Oh, weird. I'll figure that out in a second here. Um, yeah, sorry. I thought I had lost the signal. We were talking about the importance of sales. No, I think you pretty much summed it up right there. I apologize. Getting used to this technology, I thought I had dropped the call, so I kind of
Yeah,
lost focus there for a second.
yeah, not a problem. This is new. We're just like you said. Hey, we're going live. We're going to make some mistakes um, along the way, but this will improve as we go along. But you know what? It's real. It's us. It's real, and we're giving you our knowledge right here online, free of charge, for you to figure out how. Oh, look at that! There's John's face. So yeah, as I was saying, you've got to bring the people in. You've got to let people know who you are, where you are, and what you do, and then you have to deliver value to them. You have to give them what they want. Okay, which those two things in combination will hopefully, at the end of the day, produce a client or a customer that is going to give you money. In other words, make a sale or close a deal, whatever the case is. And real estate wholesaling is no different than just any other business. You've got to do the same thing. You've got to get the people coming to you. They've got to know who you are. They've got to know where to find you, how to find you. And then once they find you, you've got to deliver them. You've got to deliver value to them. You have to give them what they want. And then once you've given them what they want, then hopefully know, you've made the right impression upon them, and you get the contract, you close the deal, and you make a sale. That's your product, and your service. Interestingly enough, your service is you. That's what you're offering as a service, is what you can offer to the people, and your product is the real estate itself, the property. So, what do you think about that, John? Let's see here, you still there? Yep, there you are.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to add, yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're there.
Okay, well, I just want to add to what Paul said there that, yeah, once you have the leads coming in, and a lot of people don't realize that there's a certain mentality of being of being fluent in sales, and negotiation actually is another key piece to that, especially when you're dealing with a seller of a home. But it works very much in the same way that a sale, although we're purchasing a property, we're not actually offering a product, but we are selling our service. Our service is helping them out of a situation that they don't want to be in. And we're buyers of, typically we're purchasing unwanted real estate. So we are selling something. We're selling ourselves. As Paul said, the product is us and the product is our service. And our service actually has many layers. Besides the purchase of the home, we offer external services to help with the facilitation of the sale, and also when people sell a home, they're to us for cash. They could be in a situation that warrants that sale, and in some cases, and we could share a lot of stories of how this is true. Those properties are distressed, or they're loaded with a bunch of items, and a lot of times people are just overwhelmed, and one of the services we offer is cleaning the house of all the unwanted items or wanted items. So there is a service that we provide through wholesaling, so we have to treat it as ourselves and the service as the product. So this is required selling, and that's selling ourselves, just to kind of expand on what Paul had said. Are you there, Paul? I don't know. I may have lost Paul. He may be
That's
talking.
kind of. I am here. Yes, you. No, you skipped out for a second there, but you're still here. I'm still here. I hope I'm still here. Actually, now my network is giving us a little bit of issue here. So let's see. I'm just going to keep going. Anyway, where we were going with that whole thing is that today we look at what's out there. We look at how what it takes for somebody to get started in this business, and you know what? I don't see a lot of anything new out there that's being offered for somebody who wants to get started in real estate wholesaling. What I do see is the same stuff that's been out there for a few years now. It's all good. There's definitely valuable information in there. It's all about specific systems and tools that can get you, generating leads and hopefully closing deals. Getting contracts and closing deals. But they don't really give you the nuts and bolts of once a seller contacts you, or once you get a hold of a seller, or the best way to get a hold of a seller. So those are the missing parts, the missing golden nuggets that is in most of everything that I know of that's out there that you can pay for. That's what I see. So what we do here And right now, unfortunately, for all of you who may not be in the Phoenix area, we haven't been able to expand, we haven't expanded this yet because in actuality, it too is in a growth phase right now. But we're developing it here, and we definitely want to bring it to your town here in the very near future, which is brand new kind of a getting started in wholesale real estate program that is unlike any of the others, where you just get all the information and you pay for all the information, and then it's up to you to, ingest all this information and take it out and apply it all, and make yourself a success at this. We're going the opposite direction, where the information that we give you is what puts you directly right on getting a deal and closing a deal, right where the meat, as John puts it, where the rubber meets the road, in real estate wholesaling, and that's where obviously, there's a contract, there's a closing, and there's a check being cashed. That's where the rubber meets the road. That's what the sales part of real estate wholesaling is all about, and that's where we're looking for, some people in the Phoenix area that want to do this to join our team and jump in first gear with pedal to the metal and tires squealing. So that's kind of where we're going with this, and we're going to be developing this over time. Hopefully, with a few of you that want to get started in this, that have been looking at programs, have maybe tried some programs, maybe felt like you're not getting anywhere, maybe felt like it's a waste of time, maybe felt like, hey, this real estate stuff is a bunch of hooey and doesn't even work. Well, you know what? It does, and there's a better way, and that's what we're putting out there. So if you have interest in that, that's what sellhousearizona.com is all about, helping people on all sides.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a people business, and what I just want to expand a little bit on what Paul said is that when our approach is not to give you all the information and show and tell you theory, market for the motivated sellers. Yes, that's part of what we do, but that's not where we want to get you started. We don't even want to get you started comping a property right away or diving right into studying the market and studying real estate, because our thought and idea behind this is that people have very little time, very little resources, and a lot of people that we may work with are going to have full-time jobs. They're going to want to get right down to making money. And that's what Paul's saying, where the rubber meets the road, the actual closing of the deals. What we want to do with our system is immediately get you in front of sellers, setting appointments, getting into the homes, negotiating a sale, and getting a deal. And as this process unfolds, you'll learn all the other attributes and the other aspects of a wholesale business. But where we want to get you started is getting you from day one, that you come and you sit down and you want to get the ball rolling. We're going to start you out day one talking directly with qualified leads or qualified sellers. We have a process for that. You'll learn that as well through time. So if you want, our approach to this system is to get you right there in front of the people you need to be in front of to get a deal and show you that this works. Would you agree with that, Paul?
Yeah, like the whole situation here, talking about real estate wholesaling being wrapped around sales, which in real estate wholesaling, it's not the sale of a product; it's the closing of a transaction. But yeah, I mean, why would you want to start anywhere else? Why would you want to start with learning how to fill out contracts, or why would you want to start with learning how to comp properties, or why would you want to start with trying to figure out how to create marketing to generate leads? Why would you not want to just start directly in closing deals? Am I right? That's where you want to start in the business. So, with all that, that's just a quick introduction to where all this training is all about. Because if you're going to be able to do what John presented there and be able to jump right in here and get the completed sales that we're offering, then you're going to have to do some growing. There's a learning process that you're going to have to embark upon, and sure, there's some of you out there that are probably going to be spectacular at it right from day one with a gift you maybe didn't even know you had. But for most people, it's not something that's within us, and it's something that has to be learned over time. And that's what our process is all about: is getting you started, learning the most important part, the key factor, the center, the hub of real estate wholesaling, sales and closing deals, and that's what we're all about. So left off with training one, kind of gave you my story as to why you might be interested in joining up with us, who I am, where out here, and a quick little review that I gave you on that. And so for today, we're going to close this one out. Let John give you his quick little kind of outline as to who he is, where he came from, so that you guys can see who we are, and if we resonate with you, and you think that we have something here to offer of value to you, that you can stick with us in these learning, these video trainings, and join our team, and be prepared when we come to your town to join our team from there. So, John, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody, your quick little bio here, where you came from, what all this, what got you into this, and what it all means to you, and all that sort of fun stuff.
Absolutely. Well, I started off. I'm from the East Coast, New York, and I came from a very moderate family. We're not from wealth or anything like that. My dad was a lineman, worked in overhead power for the electric company. So I grew up being trained that the way to make money in this world is to get a job and get a good job and stay there for 30, 40 years. And something about that never really resonated with me. And I started working in construction. I was a painter when I was probably the summer of 16. And immediately after I started working painting, I actually really enjoyed the trade. I knew that I didn't want to work for anybody else because there's just was no money to be made there. So I always had that sense that I was going to start my own business. So let's fast forward 12 years. So about 28 years old is when I ended up moving out here to Phoenix, Arizona, and I met a couple of other entrepreneurs and painters that wanted to start a business. So I joined together with two business partners, and I started my first business, which is a paint contracting business. And here we are 9 years later. The business is still up and running, is doing very successfully. And kind of my contribution to that business, about 3 years ago, I systemized myself and decided that I wanted to try something different, and I got into wholesale real estate. I met Paul around that time. This is January 2012, and Paul resonated with me because he had a very similar background in construction, and he had mentioned yesterday that he was offered a construction business, and at that time it wasn't something he was interested in doing, but he was a natural leader. I can see that, like his ability to run the crews and be in the management side of the business that the company that he worked for, and plus his willingness to learn and grow. And I had just at that time myself embarked on a very similar journey of expanding myself. I have a very small sales background. I mean, when you own a business, and this actually was when I figured this secret out, is what helped me to grow my paint business to where it is today. I didn't realize for probably the first 6 years that I was in business for myself that I was actually a salesman. And realizing that, I mean, just changed me from like day and night and day. And taking those skills now and meeting Paul and getting started in this wholesale real estate business has actually changed my life for the better and is actually improved my other businesses. Some of the things that we're going to show you through time and working with us, you'll be able to apply to a lot of areas of your life. But I'm kind of getting off subject here. I'm supposed to be talking about my background. But basically that's it. I came from a construction background. I started my first business at 28. I got into wholesale real estate about 3 years ago. I had a little bit of sales background. And once I learned how important that was to a business, it just took me to a whole other level. And I'm a very down-to-earth, relatable guy. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to working with any of you that want to learn this business. And so that's a little bit about me. Anything you want to continue on with today, Paul?
Right. Well, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm gonna. I think we're gonna close out with that. We're probably running a little bit longer than we anticipate these calls generally running, but this is new. We're just trying to get a little bit of information out there, get you guys, let you guys know, get to know us, and kind of laying the groundwork of where we're going to be taking this. So that'll be it for today. We're gonna close this out, and we'll see you on the next call.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No, we're still on the air.
Oh, cool.